honeys, Erica here. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. I have my two special guests back in this video, my mom Wendy and my dad Dave. I wanted to show you guys all the rest of what we accomplished in their new build home. We did the kitchen, we did the hallway, we did their living room, we did, is that it? Yeah, I think that's it. Oh, and the bedroom, yeah, but they saw that already. So I got all these spaces done, and I wanted to show you guys what else we did in their new build home. They went for a very coastal style throughout the home, and I hope you can see how each space sort of speaks to the other one. And I really think you guys are gonna like this. And there's also a lot of like decorating tips in here as well. So make sure you're subscribed to my channel, give this video a like, leave a comment down below what you want to see in future videos, and let's jump right into the video.
The first project I worked on at my parents' home was their kitchen. It was pretty much a blank slate when I walked in, white countertops, white cabinets. My dad had already swapped out the hardware for matte black hardware, which looked nice, but I wanted to infuse it with the coastal style that they wanted in their home. We started with a backsplash tile for their kitchen. They opted not to have the builder put in the backsplash tile that was offered to them so that they could purchase this backsplash from Tile Bar and put it in after they bought the home. I will say it's not cheap, but it's absolutely beautiful and it looks like sea glass. Look at that on the wall. I highly recommend to use a mint colored grout and nothing that's stark white to get this sort of all over sea glass look. Look at how beautiful it turned out. I absolutely loved it. Now it was just time to style the space. I brought in some elements of wood and some rattan and some baskets because I wanted to add some warmth and some texture to give that true coastal style to their kitchen.
So these pendants that my parents' builder put in the home are just not the vibe, like at all. But I just so happen to have these pendants from my kitchen. If you guys remember my kitchen before we renovated, I had these pendants hanging. We had them just sitting in the garage, and my parents were looking for new basket pendants, and I was like, you know what? I have some sitting in my garage at home. Let's just have my husband ship them here. So my dad's got two of them up. Doesn't that look so good? Super coastal. So I'll show you guys when we're all done, but loving it.
And here's how the kitchen turned out. The next project in my parents' home was a bit bigger of a project, and it was their living room. Here is the mood board for my parents' living room space. I wanted to keep it nice and light and bright because they have beautiful windows in their living room, and I wanted to tie in the sea glass color from their kitchen backsplash tile. So this is what I came up with, and I think it's going to be really beautiful and very light and airy for their home. Here's the space I'm working with. It is a very large room with lots of great windows, patio sliding doors, good lighting, and a really neutral palette to start with, honestly. The ceilings are 9 feet in here, so we could do some extra tall curtains to accentuate that. But first, you know, we had to have a little dance party while we had an empty room because, like, if you're a former dancer, this is literally just what you do. Had to get my dad in on the fun as well. And, you know, of course, my niece came over, so we had to watch her shake it for a little bit as well. How cute is she? Look at the hips. Get it, girl.
Okay, you guys, so after that little mini dance party we had, man, we danced for like 10 minutes and it really showed for just a few seconds. I'm sweating now. But we are going to put the curtain rods up on the windows on either side of the television and put some curtains around it. My dad already put the coastal shades up. They are the same bamboo shades that we put in the guest room. We put them throughout the house for a little continuity. And we're also using the same white curtains as the guest room as well, but we got some really cute wood tone curtain rods from Target. So we're gonna hang those up really quick to just frame the windows nicely. And my big tip when it comes to windows and curtains, hang your curtains high as possible. My dad doesn't understand it, but I promise when it's all done, your window will look so grand and so big, and it really opens up the room when your curtain rods are hung high. And we got 95-inch curtains, so they're gonna hang from the ceiling about 9 inches down. So that's the plan, and let's do it.
My dad and I quickly got the curtain rods up and the curtains looked fabulous in the space. I will link everything below in the description box, the curtains, the rods, the shades, everything. And then it was time to tackle this wall. We got this gorgeous sideboard from Wayfair. Save the link in my description. It's sold out right now, but I bet they'll bring it back. And then we had this gorgeous seagulls print from Minted that was gifted to my parents for this project. We got it on the wall and I started decorating the little space over here. Here's how this little wall turned out. I think it's so super cute and looks very coastal. After the sideboard wall was done, my dad and I moved all of the rest of the furniture into the living room space, including the brand new Artemis Choices sectional from Jonathan Lewis Furniture that they so graciously gifted my parents for this makeover. It is so comfortable, and I love how it's a giant sectional but still has a sleek design. The back is completely straight across, so it still has modern appeal. You will see more of it in the reveal here in a second, and I will also link it in the description box below.
Hey you guys, it is time to hang our gorgeous artwork from Minted on this wall above the sofa. What's nice is Minted has these self-leveling brackets on the back. All you need to do is make sure you get your nail somewhere within these brackets distance-wise, and then you can sort of adjust it and it will level itself. It's kind of, isn't it kind of crazy how it does that?
Nice.
You don't think it's gonna work, and then you shift it over and you put a level on it and it's level. So this is a really nice feature that Minted has on most of their large artwork pieces.
Hanging the artwork was a breeze. We just used the center cushion as a guide to center the artwork on that side of the sofa, and then we just slid them back and forth to make them level. And now for my favorite part, styling the space and the reveal. I kept the styling pretty minimal for my parents' living room. They are 64 years old. They don't like a ton of fluff everywhere, and they like to be able to put things on surfaces. So I did try to keep my decorations to a minimum and super simple. I love this little tray for their coffee table because it gives them something to put their drinks on. We also used these IKEA curtain panels for their patio sliders for a little bit of privacy. Those will be linked below as well. Of course, I had to make my parents a chunky blanket, and we incorporated some decorative pillows in addition to the ones that we got from Jonathan Lewis Furniture. It was cutting it really close before I had to go back to Cleveland, but the rug from Rugs USA arrived in the nick of time, and it's so gorgeous and soft. This rug was a little bit lighter in person than the photo online, but that worked perfectly for our space because we were going for a light and airy vibe. It has teal, beige, cream, gray. It really tied in all of the colors from the kitchen to the living room. We just very carefully lifted the sofa over the rug so we wouldn't have any bubbles. Highly recommend this rug. I'll link it in the description box below. And now it's time for the reveal. The last project was my parents' entryway, which was completely empty and just needed a little love. Here's the mood board I put together for their entryway. I wanted to keep the same coastal style, but I wanted to use a really rich color on the entryway table, so it's a bit deeper than a lot of the lighter teals that we did in the rest of the space. Wanted to add some poofs, but then we ended up changing it to baskets in the end. I will show you the baskets we replaced the poofs with. My parents just wanted a little extra storage in the front in case people needed to drop something off on their way in. I also wanted to anchor the table with a large round mirror, and we added some other accents as well. My dad and I put it all together, and I can't wait to show you guys how it turned out.